Welcome to JMO with Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, November 29th. And Joe, USA.
USA, 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 USA!
USA, baby, moving on. Win second in our group. Fuck England. Play America. Fuck yeah. We play the Netherlands on Saturday. I don't know where the Netherlands are, but fuck them. It's called soccer.
Yeah, are they Netherlands or are they Dutch?
I don't know.
Like, how do you get Dutch from
There's
Netherlands?
none of the lands.
None of the
They're not
lands.
gonna have any lands after this.
All those Peter Pans out there.
No, never Netherlands. But anyways, yeah, let's go. Pulisic is supposed to be good. He went out with a little bit of an injury. I thought he got a nut shot.
Yeah.
Scoring that goal, but I don't know. It just looks like he's got a thigh. I figured he just probably got a thigh bruise, like a contusion or something.
He gave us a thumbs up from the hospital, so he's good.
Oh yeah, he took that selfie.
He'll be fine.
Anytime you take a selfie in a hospital, I think you're good.
When you give us a thumbs up, I mean, you can't go back on that.
Yeah, exactly. You can't lie to us. That's
No.
Nobody lies on the internet.
No, absolutely not.
No. Anyway, so that was again, I was at a bar watching this game. When the whole bar is watching a soccer game, there's for some reason it's the intensity in the bar or in wherever you're watching these soccer games. Mm-hmm. It's different than when you're watching a football game. Like a football game, you get really intense for one play. You know what I'm saying? And then everything's let out. Soccer is just a constant tension in the room.
Yes.
Like just a continuous, and it's almost like I'm exhausted after these games.
Yeah, it's a long, draining tension.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
it's not like quick spurts like you get with like hockey and such, or basketball.
Right, exactly. And like with football, you get a break.
You get breaks.
We're used to football where you get a breather. This one, it's like you're holding your breath the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
So
no, football has definitely been commercialized. You can tell that, you know, with all the breaks and all the commercial breaks and such. I know companies and corporations have to hate soccer.
Yeah,
they have to hate it. That's probably why it hasn't came to the U.S.
That's you're right. I believe it. And like we're conditioned. See, we're so obsessed with like football and basketball, you know, that we need these commercial breaks. Our brains have been conditioned for these commercial breaks, where soccer, they have one commercial break, and that's at halftime.
Yeah. We're not used to, like, you know, that stamina of, like, you know, drawing things out for, you know, 90 minutes. We're very much about 100% little spurts. Mm-hmm. 100% little spurts, and then we get a break.
Like, give me, like, 10, 15 minutes of good football. Like, I'm not talking in football time. I'm talking, like, actual, real human time.
Yes.
Give me 10 to 15 minutes of football and then a break.
Yeah.
You know, because maybe I need to go pee, you know? Or maybe I need to go grab some chips or, you know, another beer. You know, so like I need that break. I need that reset. I need, you know, what if you got to go pee during a soccer game? Will you just miss it?
You're going to miss? Yeah, you might miss a goal. There's not that many of them.
No. Like in the USA game today against Iran. There was only one goal. Like just imagine if you happen to go be taking a piss or taking a shit.
Yeah.
Like, that sucked. That would suck.
That would suck. I mean, thank God for DVR systems, but that's the only explanation that you really got on that. But not everybody has that luxury, so, you know.
Also, like, if you're taking a piss while, like, everyone else is watching the game and you hear all the cheers, you missed it. You can DVR it all you want. I don't care. You can rewind it, but it's not going to be the same.
No, it won't be the same. No. I'm just thinking if you want to pause it. That's the only way you can keep that actual, like, thrilling part of it. But then you have to turn off all your notifications.
And then you got to make everybody else who's watching it with you suffer.
And yeah, they have to wait.
And also, you can't watch a soccer game by yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's illegal. I think that's in the rule book, right?
It might be.
You really cannot watch a soccer game by yourself.
It's like getting drunk by yourself.
Yeah, you can do it, but it's frowned upon.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're an alcoholic, so you're a soccerholic.
Soccerholic, yeah, which is not a good thing. You know, everything's good in moderation. You know, but do it with your friends.
Like, Soccer with your friends.
Yeah, don't soccer without your friends, and don't soccer and drive either.
No.
They're both bad. Anyways, you got anything else on soccer? U.S.
USA, Netherlands this
baby.
Saturday. Excited.
Yeah, pumped. Let's get to football. It was Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving or a little late. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Dude, we had 3 great Thanksgiving games.
Yes.
And I'm talking great games.
Yes.
Maybe 2 of them were by a touchdown, and then the Bills Lions was by 3, but they were all just nonstop, just electric.
Yeah, great games. I mean, because honestly, just having all that, food in my stomach, if they were boring games, they would just sit there and they would have just turned into fat. But at least I was on the edge of my seat. I felt like I was burning those calories that I had just ate.
Yeah. Let's see. They had no buys this week, so every team was playing. So we're gonna have to get through the games a little bit quicker. But the NFL went back to being college football again.
Okay.
You know how it was kind of normal NFL last week? Mm-hmm. It's back to college football again.
Yeah.
It was weird, a weird week. It was particularly weird for people who do fantasy because Thursday you had 3 games.
Yeah.
And so at least in my situation, I was down by 70 points after Thursday. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, it was 78 to 8. And I think my kicker put up 8 or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm going to get fucking smoked. The guy I was playing was talking mad shit. I end up coming back and winning.
Yep.
It was weird, for that first day or two, Friday and Saturday, I was just like, oh man, I'm going to fucking lose this.
Yeah. No, it's definitely deceiving because we're programmed to think that there's only one game on Thursday.
Right. So if I'm down by 70 on Thursday, that's not good.
No, not good at all.
Not good at all.
Unless somebody has all players from both of those teams and it was just a high scoring match.
Right.
But that's I mean, we've seen Thursday night football games. Al Michaels has fallen asleep in half of them. They haven't been that exciting.
That poor guy. He's got to suffer through these fucking games, man.
Right.
At least I'm sure Bezos is paying him well, but
he definitely is.
He's got to.
Yeah.
He's got to there's got to be something in his contract that if both teams don't accumulate over a certain amount of points, then he gets a bonus or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You had to entertain the fans through all that.
Yeah, exactly. That not only are you announcing, you're entertaining. You are tonight's entertainment. Let's see. We had the Jonas Brothers. They were bad. I'm not a huge Jonas Brothers guy, but objectively speaking, they put on a pretty good show.
I can see Jerry Jones being a huge Jonas Brothers fan.
Right? Really? Why is that?
Big time Jonas Brother. I don't know. I can just see him be like, hey, those 3 boys,
them 3 boys.
Those 3 boys, they can play some music. They got those girls rattling around,
It's good. It's good for ratings. Good for ratings. I like it. They need to come into Jerry's world more often. Huh?
Yeah.
And play that damn fancy guitar they got there.
Yep. That's exactly how I picture it.
Which, they had the most viewed regular season football game of all time.
Oh, wow.
Did you see that? There was 42 million viewers.
Jeez.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it later when we get to the Cowboys, but there's something to be said to putting the Cowboys on primetime. People tune in for the Cowboys.
People do not want to visit with their families. They want to watch football.
Yeah, and especially for some reason, Dallas Cowboys football.
Yeah.
That was the record for regular season viewership. But yeah, let's get into the games because we'll talk about that. I want to get to the Bills versus Lions. Dude, Dan Campbell. Well, first off, Bills beat the Lions 28-25. Awesome game. Dan Campbell is almost there, man.
He's so close.
He's so close.
Close.
He just needs to get that, just a little nudge to get over that hump. Mm-hmm. And then that team will be elite.
Yeah. I just, you know what? I would, if I'm the GM or I'm the owner for the Lions, I give them one more year. You can't fire him. I don't think you can fire him this year.
No,
just the way that they played and the way that actually they have had some progression. There has been progression. They've completely sucked, and now they don't suck as bad.
Well, yeah, exactly. And the defense is kind of coming around. They went from being 32nd to not 32nd.
Yes. So,
Aiden Hutchinson is just turning into a great defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Their secondary. They got they intercepted Josh Allen, right?
Yeah.
They picked off Josh Allen. They had actually a crazy interception. What's that long hair dude? The blonde, long-haired dude, he used to play for the Saints. He had an interception off the deflection.
AJ Klein?
Yeah, I think it's AJ Klein. I don't know. But anyways, they're coming around. It's not like they, no, Anazalon.
Oh, Alex Anzalone. Yeah.
Anzalone.
Yeah, no, I was thinking AJ Klein. That was Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's a Buffalo linebacker.
Anyways, so he's almost there. Okay. You know what I found this? I went digging. Apparently, Dan Campbell's nickname is Motor City Dan Campbell.
Motor City Dan Campbell.
Or MCDC.
MCDC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I really like MCDC.
MCDC, yeah. Because the Motor City Dan Campbell, I'm like that's kind of cool. But it is a lot. It's a mouthful.
Motor City Dan.
And for us millennials and Gen Zs, we got to shorten that up a lot.
With attention span, it's too long.
Yeah.
Too long.
We'll fall asleep by the end of that name.
Exactly. You'll be Motor City Dan, and boom, I'm out.
Yeah.
Something shiny happened. Let's see. So that you remember when what do you say? How do you say his name? Bagdali.
The field goal kicker.
Yeah, the field goal kicker for the Lions.
Michael.
Yeah,
his first name.
We'll call him Michael. But late in the third, DeAndre Swift should have had that touchdown reception. I think that was. It didn't change the game, but it put a damper on it. And I feel like if DeAndre Swift would have caught that touchdown, I think the Lions would have won. I really do think so. I think that would, because then they missed the field goal, and I know they had plenty of time left over. But after that, it was just like the life wasn't taken out of them, but there was a little bit, a little bit of life that got taken out of them.
Yeah, no, it
was demoralizing.
You got those plays that do that.
Yeah. 23 seconds is way too much for Josh Allen.
Well, Josh Allen, they learned from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
So now they know, hey, look, 23 seconds, we can do it in 13.
Yeah, exactly. We have the blueprint to do it in 13, and you're going to give us 10 more seconds? Oh, please, say less.
Say less, yeah.
So, I don't know. You got anything else on this one? Because it was a fantastic game. It's just the Lions will always be a tough out. You're never going to get an easy game versus the Lions.
No, you aren't. Because that's the thing. It used to be where it was it was an easy win. Marked on your schedule, but now not so much.
Not so easy.
It might still be a win, but it's not gonna be easy.
Right.
I will say this to finish off. Since it was Thanksgiving, we did see some good Thanksgiving celebrations. Amon Ross St. Brown Thanksgiving celebration where he was feeding all of his little players.
Yep.
That was cool.
That was very funny.
Yes.
Amon Ross St. Brown is so fucking good.
So good.
He's fantasy porn, and if you just love the game of football, watching him is a delight.
Yes.
Anyways, so the Bills beat the Lions 28-25. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Another awesome game. Giants versus Cowboys. Giants lose to the Cowboys 20-28. Again, like I said earlier, the most viewed regular season game in history with 42 million viewers. Now, I think here's one thing I have to say about this. I think Jerry Jones had a say in when the Cowboys played on Thursday. I think he specifically chose the second game, okay? Because people will start eating. They'll put the football game on because that's what you do. You eat turkey and you watch football.
And you watch football. That's
on Thanksgiving. So you turn
that's an
the
American
first game
Thanksgiving.
On. You turn the first game on. Now, not everybody's going to watch the first game. Not the Dallas fans are probably going to wait. Not everybody. But after everybody's eaten during that first game, everybody sits down on the couch, and that's when they go into their comas. What are they going to flip on? Football.
I agree, and I kind of in support of that argument too. Everybody's got topics of discussion that they're bringing to the table. They're using all of those topics to talk about during the first game.
Right.
So then they run out of stuff to talk about with their family. Then it's okay, hey, now it's getting awkward. Let me go watch football.
Right. We're going to just go chill on the couch.
Yes.
And then so they're chilling on the couch. They're watching the game. By the time the Patriots Vikings come on, they're full blown coma, they're probably going. Like people like myself go take naps.
They're either gonna go take a nap,
they take the TV off, they go take naps, they pass out on the couch, and then the kids watch something.
or people start leaving too.
Or people start leaving.
They're like, oh, hey, we watched a good game with the Giants Cowboys. I think it's time to head home. Yada yada yada.
I'm getting tired.
Yep.
It's about bed o'clock. The turkey is just it's filling up everything and making me lazy.
Yeah, and I mean, not to make this into like a play on their mascot joke, but this isn't Jerry Jones' first rodeo.
Exactly.
So like he knows what he's doing.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He did that when Creed played in 1998 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most epic Thanksgiving halftime show of all time. Yeah, Jerry Jones knows the guy. He's a genius. He's a PR genius.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my theory on it. But people do tune in to watch the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Giants are a giant market as well.
Yeah.
So, good for them. Good for the Cowboys. Again, I know we've said this millions of times. The Cowboys defense on fire. CeeDee Lamb is electric.
Yeah.
You saw his one arm grab, and then he should have had a one arm grab in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
It was still debatable whether I know he didn't get both feet in bounds, but
It was close.
It was close and it was impressive. He's good. Let's see what else did you have on this?
I think Jake Ferguson is definitely an underrated tight end. He doesn't get a lot of opportunities because he's playing behind Dalton Schultz. But I think if he's on another team, I think he goes off.
Yeah.
I mean, he had that awesome catch and then like that hurdle over that dude.
Oh yeah, and then he speared the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he hurdled one guy and then just put his head down and speared him.
Yeah, I think he could be an underrated player. And then what was it? They had the tight end play that one time for the touchdown, which brings up to another Thanksgiving celebration. Which I thought was really creative and good. But they had all the tight ends jump into the Salvation Army barrel,
that was
and
great.
They did a little whack-a-mole.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
that was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was it wasn't National Tight End Day, was it?
That's what I heard.
They kept saying it, but I don't think so.
But I feel like I've already heard it before.
Me too.
I've already heard.
I feel like it was a couple of weeks ago. Actually,
you can't have multiple national tight end days in 1 year.
No, it's like when those people make up the holidays or make up National Pet Your Dog Day, and then you got National Feed Your Dog Day. No. You just get one National Dog Day.
Yeah,
they keep making shit up. No, you can't. Just one National Tight End Day. It was fun. We did good. Anyways, yeah, that was pretty good. The game was just electric from start to finish. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, he played okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. Daniel Jones, same.
Darius Slayton had a nice, good catch too.
Slayton had
a big boy catch.
What else do we have? Barkley wasn't back. He had a touchdown though.
Zeke celebrated the holiday like he typically does. He ate.
Yeah. He's getting fat. Let's see. What else? I didn't really... I can't... Like, the thing with doing these podcasts, like, almost a week after the games, I can't remember. I watched the whole game, but I just can't remember. I was also half of a coma.
No coma, yeah. So, that's tough.
Yeah. Anyways, you got anything else?
We can move on.
All right. Patriots versus Vikings. I think the Patriots did what they needed to do to win. Did what they needed to do to win this game. I think they had the right game plan in place. The Vikings just won. They just outplayed them.
Justin Jefferson won.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Let's give credit where credit's due. Justin Jefferson won.
Yeah.
I think he's like he should be in. I don't know if he is or not, but he should be in conversation for MVP. Like he's
most
had
definitely.
that good of a season, and nobody's been even close.
Yeah.
So like he's easily the best receiver in the game, and I don't know. He keeps making these insane plays.
Just insane catches. It's unreal. No, he's absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, no, this was a good game. I'm glad to have a nice, good high scoring game. This was the highest scoring game of the day. I like it at the end because because I'm typically wanting to fall asleep at this time.
Yep.
Like we had talked about, but this was definitely a good game.
Good old Kirk Cousins keeping you up. Huh?
Yes.
Dude, he went 30 for 37 with 3 tutties. Yeah, he had an interception, but
back to Kirk Thuggins.
Back to Kirk Thuggins. And it was weird. It was on primetime. Like, he was the primetime game.
Yeah.
Mac Jones had a good game. He had 28 of 39 for 2 tutties, 382 yards. Not bad. I mean, like, they're putting it together. I really do think they had a game plan in place to win the game, and, like, it was executed pretty well. Justin Jefferson happened.
Yeah.
That was it. Okay, so the punter for the Vikings, as a punter, you should not be able to celebrate if you get a roughing the punter call. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody runs into you while you're kicking, you should not be able to celebrate like he did.
Because it's not something that you brought on.
You didn't do shit.
You didn't do anything. You just did your job.
It's just like DBs celebrating an incompletion that they had nothing to do with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got burned, bud. It just so happens the quarterback overthrew the receiver.
Yeah.
Like, you did nothing. Stop celebrating.
Yes.
You know, if you got a hand on the ball and you broke up the pass, celebrate. But, bro, you just punted the ball, man. Somebody happened to run into you. Stop celebrating.
Yeah.
Go home. Anyways, dude, did you see? I know Kevin O'Connell was already tall. Like, I knew he's like 6'5". When he stands next to Bill Belichick,
he towers over Bill Belichick.
Yes, it is like Shaq standing next to Simone Biles.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. No, it was definitely. Yeah, it was definitely raising the bar type of status.
Mm-hmm.
But Bill Belichick being the smallest bar and Kevin O'Connell being the largest.
Exactly. Let's see. Patriots didn't have any points in the fourth quarter. Again, this was my brain was mush during this game when I was watching it. Justin Jefferson did keep me awake, but anyways, you got anything else? It was a good game.
Great game.
Fun game to watch.
Yeah. No, it was honestly just watching Jefferson was just made this game.
It helps that he went to LSU.
Yeah.
And those purple jerseys were fucking dope.
Oh, yeah, they had the purple jersey with the gold numbers.
Mm-hmm. Purple people eaters. Again, as an LSU fan, it confuses the hell out of me sometimes because I get excited. I'm like, oh, LSU. Oh, wait, no, they don't have all purple jerseys.
Yeah.
Which LSU might want to look into.
They do it every now and then. It's not the preferred
But it's
one.
not all purple, though. It's just the jersey's purple and the pants are gold.
Yeah, that's true. Or the pants are white.
Or the pants are white. Those are cool. LSU's all white jerseys are fucking dope. Anyways, you got anything else?
That's it.
All right, Patriots lose to the Vikings 26-33. Let's go to the Bucks. The Bucks versus the Browns. Sorry, 17-23 in overtime. The Bucks lose. Did you see someone did donuts on the field? They snuck their car in to the stadium. And
Was it a car or a golf cart?
I don't know. They snuck something in. I think it had to have been a car because I don't think a golf cart could have made the donut tracks like that.
Yeah, because I got mixed reports, but the tracks, like you said, the tire tracks were definitely pretty bad.
They were, yeah, and you could tell they were in the middle of the fucking stadium.
Yeah.
How on God's green earth do you let somebody sneak a car into the stadium like that?
No, I don't know. Well, actually, I've heard there's been quite a bit of situations with people sneaking into the stadium, and it's like, how does this happen?
Well, I could understand like an individual sneaking in, but an entire 2-ton vehicle.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah, exactly. And then he just had a joyride in the middle of the field. It was awesome. Okay, so getting to the game, the Browns did a reverse. I don't know if you remember this one, but they did a reverse, and it was the most well-executed reverse I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
The entire offense, I'm talking the offensive line, the running backs, the receivers, all went one way. And then this guy just comes back around. I forget which wide receiver it was. Gets the reverse, comes back around. Everyone is down by the sideline.
Yep.
And he just reverses it, runs it in for a touchdown.
And actually, the one thing I saw from that is the only other person that was on his side of the field that was running with him was Jacoby Brissett, and laid a pancake block on this guy. Yep. I mean, it was pretty good. I was not gonna lie. I was like, Jacoby,
nice.
all right.
Speaking of Jacoby, what do you think about a 4-7 record with Jacoby Brissett?
4-7.
I mean, like, you prefer 5-6, obviously, but 4-7, you got 4 W's out of it. If you can get on a run with Deshaun Watson, maybe lose one and win the rest, you got a chance for the playoffs.
I know that the Browns fans are going to be disappointed because of the way it started and compared to how it finished.
Yep.
Because at first, it looked kind of promising. I mean, what was it? They won. How many games would they win with him at first? Because I know they started off pretty hot.
They won one, lost one, won one. So they started off 2-1, and then they went on like a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah. So like, I mean, a 2-1. Like, if you would have continued doing that, I mean, hey, that gets you 6 games right there, 6-5. But I mean, looking back at it now, like, I mean, that's about what you expected.
I mean, look at this. So you have Baltimore, Cincinnati bye week, Miami, Buffalo, Tampa. They went 2-3 in that stretch.
That's not bad.
That's a wild stretch of games. Like, you got three of the best teams in the country, and then you got Tampa Bay and Baltimore. Like,
yeah,
you go 2-3 in that stretch. Not bad, Jacoby. Not bad.
Not bad.
They got Houston, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and the Saints coming up in Washington, Pittsburgh. So like, they could make a run coming because for some reason they always beat Cincinnati. That's always a weird one. But it's in Cincy. Houston, dumpster fire. Baltimore, They just lost to Jaguars. Saints suck. Saints are terrible.
Saints terrible.
Commanders are they're. We'll get to this later, but they're not as good as their last 7 games show they are.
Oh, they're frauds.
They're frauds. Yeah.
I knew you wanted to say that.
Yeah, they're frauds. The whole NFC East is frauds.
Their NFC East are frauds.
And then at Pittsburgh, it's the last game of the season. Both those teams hate each other, so it's gonna be great. Anyways, back to the game. Mike Evans is the laziest wide receiver in the world.
Mike Evans?
Yeah, he's so fucking lazy. Did you see that one throw? It would have been for a first down. It was on 3rd down, I think. It was 3rd and 9. Tom Brady, yeah, sure, he threw it at his feet, but like, he could have bent over and caught it.
Yeah.
Mike Evans just like leaned over and like didn't even try for it.
Yeah, that's a sign of a lazy wide receiver.
So fucking lazy.
Because the thing is like, you want the ball in. Ideally, you want the ball, within the numbers, but. Hypothetically, if you're a wide receiver in the NFL, you should have it in a radius. Yep. There should be a radius, and below your feet that's a radius.
Yep,
that's part of that radius.
It is. It absolutely is. And then if you're depending on what kind of receiver you are, if you're like Calvin Johnson, your radius is like 100,000 feet.
Yes,
you can literally close your eyes and toss it up his way, and he'll catch it.
Yeah.
And then you got other people I guess,
but there should be a default radius for every wide receiver. But then you have the exceptions, like you said. Yes. Your Calvin Johnsons, your DeAndre Hopkins,
Andre Johnsons, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, that just they create their own radius.
Yes. So Myles Garrett figured out how to avoid roughing the passer calls.
You saw that too?
Yes, I saw that too.
Yes.
So he hit Tom Brady.
He hit Tom Brady,
but he caressed him down and he helped him up.
And he helped him back up.
He figured it out.
He figured out the roughing the passer call.
Yes, because he popped him. Did you see that?
Oh, he gave him a pop.
He popped him. It was not like a little light tap.
Yeah,
but. We talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
you gotta lay him down, put a pillow under his head, and sing him a night song.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
And then you gotta help him up.
And then you gotta help him up.
The refs don't like bullies.
Yes,
they don't like bullies.
You can be a bully, but just pretend like you're not for 2 seconds.
Yes,
just give him a good pop, help him down, give him a bottle, sing him a night song, and then help him up.
Yeah, convince the refs just for a second that hey, he's being nice. He's a nice guy.
He has figured it out. And Myles Garrett, he's a giant human being. I feel like we say this every single week because he's such a fucking problem. Every single down. Every single down. He's a giant human being.
He's so big.
He's giant. That Njoku catch was wild, though. Did you see that shit?
Oh, my gosh.
That was, dude, I honestly, man, these, I love it. These wide receivers are so fucking good, and they make these goddamn entertaining catches every single week. It's like, I'm like a kid on looking forward to Christmas, every single Sunday. It's just what highlights am I going to get this week?
Yeah. And then the wide receivers, yeah, they're a little bit smaller and they're more athletic, but Njoku's a tight end.
Yeah, he's big.
I mean, he's a tight end and he's making moves like that. That's just scary.
Speaking of tight ends, I'm learning more and more about people that I never heard of in the league. Mm-hmm. Like I follow the NFL pretty well. Sorry, pretty well.
Yeah.
My English ain't no good. I follow the NFL pretty well. Like, we play Madden every now and then. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on most of the people, especially the offensive players. There's a tight end on Tampa Bay by the name of Keefe.
Okay,
Never heard of him. Redhead. Dude, this guy looks like a fucking fullback.
Oh.
But yeah, Keefe. I love the name. I was just like, dude, I love it.
Is he like a Viking? He's Viking-ish?
Viking-ish. He belongs in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Northman. Like
he's a Northman.
He looks like if he's out in the sun for too long, he'll fry up. He'll blister up.
Yeah. So he definitely should be a Viking. Maybe a New England guy somewhere in the north. Buffalo.
Nice. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
All right.
Actually, I'll take a LaCroix.
All right.
Anyways, so yeah, that's about all I got for this one. It was a good game. I mean, both teams didn't want to win this game.
No.
It was weird. They were both trying to give it away.
Yeah. You know what I thought was funny? I think Brissett looks like the older QB of the two.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's funny.
Man. Is that just
he's just got that old man vibe.
Is that just like an eye test?
It's just an eye test.
Gotcha. Old man vibe.
He's just got that old man vibe, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'd listen to his stories, you know, of I feel like he had some experience in the league. You know, if I just didn't know who Tom Brady or Jacoby Brissett was, I'd be like, oh, this guy's been in the league.
Okay. It's like you and me. Like everybody thinks I'm younger than you.
That's true.
I mean, I look older, but I act younger. I give off younger vibes.
Younger vibes.
Yeah, you give off dad vibes.
Yeah.
When you have no kids. Anyways, do you got anything else in this game?
That's about it.
All right, let's move on to the Bengals versus Titans. The Bengals beat the Titans 20-16. This was a good game. I mean, this was a hard-nosed, smash-mouth football game. Like the Bengals defense comes out in the second half and just plays phenomenally.
Yeah.
And the Bengals are a good team. I think they're slowly but surely like rounding into last year's form. Last year playoff Cincinnati form.
Well, they saw this as an opportunity to replicate last year because this was a rematch of the playoffs whenever they took down the number 1 seed Titans.
Yep.
And so this is basically they just kind of I feel like they're going to get up every single time because they're going to reimagine that game. Mm-hmm. So great game by the Bengals defense. They held Derrick Henry. I think to 2.2 yards per carry.
Well, he had that fumble on that long run.
Oh my gosh!
That
right?
was wild.
Yeah.
I mean, Traylon Burks ended up picking it up for a touchdown, but like. And that was at the beginning of the game. That was towards the beginning of the game.
I didn't think somebody could strip Derrick Henry like that.
I didn't either, man.
Yeah.
I think he caught him off guard. Like he just wasn't paying attention. He's like, "Oh, I got the end zone."
And also he did a diving punch. It was like a diving punch he did in that one. Yeah, like he put his whole body into that. So yeah.
This is like both of these teams you don't want to play. Like anytime if you're going to see either one of these two teams in the playoffs, you are just like hoping and like grabbing the edge of your seat, just like, oh my gosh, you're white knuckled the whole time.
Yeah.
You don't want to play either one of these teams.
Yep.
Let's see. The Traylon Burks had a nice grab.
Yeah, he did
with that pass interference.
P. Ryan thought he was Derrick Henry.
Yep, Samaje P. Ryan did think he was Derrick Henry.
Just did a absolute deathly stiff arm on this dude.
Yep. I can't remember who it was on, but T. Higgins, he looked like a wide receiver number 1. I think Joe Burrow might have been correct. When he said he has 3 number 1s in Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase.
Oh, absolutely.
T. Higgins looked deadly.
Yeah, and that's a typical great parent answer, you know, for like all your kids. It's like, I love them all, you know, that like I have 3 number 1 wide receivers, you know, and that's why you keep everybody happy, and then you keep just feeding them, you know, evenly.
Yep. I can't remember what was something happened at the end of the game. We were robbed of a touchdown drive.
Well, there was because the thing was they were about to. Cincinnati was about to make it a 23-16 ball game because they kicked a field goal. And then the defensive lineman jumps over the center, which is very uncharacteristic of a Mike Vrabel coach team.
I think he got excited, man.
No, the defensive lineman
definitely
got too excited. But
it's like that dog that just like he's inside, he sees another dog, and he knows he's not supposed to go outside, but he sees the door open just a tiny bit and just shoots outside to go to the other dog.
Too reactive. Way too reactive. Yeah. You want to be reactive, but you want to be smart with it.
Yep.
And he must have just saw that gap, like you said, and it just didn't realize it was the center.
Yep. He got so excited.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that was tough. I was really looking forward to a nice last minute drive. See how Cincinnati's defense would perform. See how Tannehill would respond. See what the play calling would be from Mike Vrabel. So I got anything else on this one? I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, that was about it.
Okay, let's go to Texans Dolphins. We'll get through this one really quickly. The main thing I have, dude, is you won your bet. Like Houston really came through for you.
Yeah.
Because you had them You did an alternate line. It was 17.5, right?
Yeah.
Plus 17.5 Houston. And, bro, it looked like that was just going to in the trash.
Oh, it definitely was. It was definitely going to flop, and looking like at the beginning or at the first half. I mean, when they got up 30-0. So, but it was a good thing. I think Houston's new strategy now is like, hey, let the other teams go up big so they can play against their backups.
Yes. So that's not a bad strategy. You just creep back in. You're going to lose. Might as well just let them get that shit over with and then creep back on in. Get some nice experience in the second half because Dolphins didn't score in the entire second half.
Yeah, so I mean, basically they're like, we're not as good as your starters, but your backups, we can take on your backups.
Now we got a game.
We got a game.
It was a really exciting first half for the Dolphins. Tua went down weird. It's insane. Like the oxygen in an entire stadium and the announcer booth and like just all across America. Anytime Tua goes down now, it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
They take the breath out. He's fine, obviously, but he went down really weird.
I think he did that strategically to try. It just looked awkward, but he was trying to not let that leg go into an awkward position.
Gotcha. Do you think he's working on going down weirdly, without hurting himself, but making it look like he's getting hurt? Because now he's like every referee's got. You know how defensive guys have a spy on the quarterback? Mm-hmm. The referees have a spy on Tua. Just so in case he goes down weird. So what if he just throws a weird arm or an elbow up and just puts his arm behind his back and just looks weird?
Yeah.
He contorts his body a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he's got to do. And then he'll get a call every time.
Very delicate.
Yep. Kyle Allen for the Texans played okay. He had a check down stat.
Yeah, check down.
It was 26-39 for 15 yards. 5.5 yards per play. It's essentially what you do with the backup quarterback.
Yeah, and then I did like at the end of the game that how they were just nothing to lose, chucking it. That's what teams should do.
They should do that. If you're going to put your backup in, just fucking let him sling it. Let him Jameis Winston it.
Just chuck the ball.
Yeah, just throw it. Make it exciting at least. You're going to fucking lose.
Yeah.
Might as well, go down fucking swinging and make it fun.
They deceived us and made us think that they actually did have a chance towards the end.
They did. Yeah, exactly. Against those backups. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Let's get to the Bears-Jets. I don't want to spend too much time, but holy fucking Mike White. This is... I know we've talked about this before. Fake an injury, Mike. Fake an injury. That was your game. You're not going to have a game like that again. Next week, you will not play that way against the Vikings. I promise you.
I mean, the thing is there's a lot of drama surrounding this because people are saying that Mike White should be the starter from here on out. But no one's really bringing up what happened last year, which we saw what Mike White did last year, 37-45, 405 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have 2 interceptions against a kind of a weak Cincinnati defense at the time. And then, what was it? Later on, down 2 games later, he had the 24-44, 250 yards, 4 interception game against a good Buffalo defense.
Right.
So, obviously against a subpar, Chicago defense that hasn't been really doing good this year, he's going to look good.
I think subpar is giving him too much credit.
Yeah, so I think we hey, pump the brakes right now. I would not, if I was a Jets fans, I would be like, all right, hey, that was good. That's one step. Let's see what happens next game before I dub him like rest of the season starter.
Dude, Zach Wilson didn't even suit up.
No, didn't even suit up.
I don't like what was that all about? Like he didn't even like they're like they don't want him to play at all. Like he doesn't even have a fucking shot.
Saleh has said he has a procedure that he's going to have to go through in order to get himself back to the starting lineup. So maybe it was ground zero.
He has a procedure. Wait, how the fuck does he have a procedure? Has he been through this before? Does he like? He had to have just made up this procedure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, just made it up.
He literally just came out like he's making it up as he goes.
Yeah.
Just kind of feeling it out. The Jets are really good minus the QB. Like if they again, Mike Wilson is or Mike White is he's done. Like that was it. He has that one good game. We've seen it before. We've heard the story time and time again. Like we know what's going to happen.
Defense has already figured him out.
They've already figured him out. Mike White, fake an injury, get paid.
Yeah.
So the Jets are really good minus the quarterback. Their fucking defense is so good. They're so young on offense and both offense and defense. Garrett Wilson is a monster.
He's a monster.
So it's like 7 different Jets players ran the ball today or that Sunday.
Yeah.
I was like they can do it. They do it all over the place. And I think they just need to dude, Zach Wilson's a fucking 21-year-old prick. He's a rich white boy who probably has mommy issues. You just get over it. He threw a temper tantrum. Discipline the child and move on. That's how you take care of these things. You don't need a fucking procedure because we've already established it with fucking parenthood.
Yeah. And my thing is he's not going to learn anything if Mike White does terrible and then they throw him back in because,
they have no other option.
They have no other option. It's going to be they're going to the moral he's going to get out of this is like, "Oh, well, you know what? You can't do this without me."
So he's going to be even more spoiled.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, Joe Flacco's too old. He's done. He might be able to go in for a half. I'll give him a half. I won't even give him a full game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bears. It's the same. Justin Fields was out. Because he's so fucking fun.
Yeah, he's been fun to watch. That's kind of the thing Bears fans can kind of look forward to for the rest of the season.
I think right now they're just looking for a draft pick.
Yep.
Because they're like top 5 draft pick right now. I think if the season ended right now, I think they would definitely be top 5. I don't know where they would be in the top 5, but yeah. So I guess they're just tanking for Bryce or not Bryce Young, tanking for somebody.
C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young?
No. Because they like Justin Fields.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe Will Anderson.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't really been looking at the draft too much because I've just been doing college and NFL football. But anyways, you got anything else?
Yeah. Last thing, I think it's kind of funny how the Jets have sucked for so long, and it takes Robert Saleh, the first Muslim head coach, to change the trajectory of the Jets.
Yeah. I don't know if that has anything to do.
You didn't get that one.
Change the trajectory of the. Oh, nice! Damn, that was good. Did you just come up with that?
No, I didn't come up with that one, but
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was worthy of the podcast.
I fucked it up. My bad, dude.
It's all good.
Fucked that up. Anyways, yeah. So the Bears lose to the Jets 10-31. Falcons versus Commies. Falcons lose to the Commanders 13-19. Yeah, we we talked about this earlier. The Commanders are 6-1 in their last 7 games. They're not I'm gonna pull up the schedule. It was not good. It was not good. They they're frauds.
Yeah.
The entire NFC
honestly
East.
Should have lost this game. Just got a lucky kind of play at the end. It was a good tip ball, but just. Any tip ball, it's lucky where the positioning of the defensive backs are, they were able to pick it off and get in the game.
Okay, so their last 7 games: Chicago versus Green Bay, at Indianapolis. All 3 of those wins, all 3 of those shit teams. Their only loss was to Minnesota, and their decent win was at Philadelphia. I'll give them that, and then at Houston, and then versus Atlanta. So during that stretch, they basically played 2 decent teams, both in the NFC or one in the NFC East, one in the NFC North, and they went 1-for-1 in those 2.
Yep.
The rest have been shit teams. So no, Again, Commanders, you're good. You're okay to celebrate that because that doesn't happen to you very often.
Mm-hmm.
But not great. I mean, yeah, it's not. It looks better than it actually is.
Yeah.
Did you see the Sean Taylor memorial?
Yep.
They botched it again. Second time in a row. Like Dan Snyder just what was he doing?
I don't understand.
Did he do bath salts this time and just eat the mannequin and then just kind of put a empty frame?
Yeah.
That's like ew.
Yeah. No.
Terrible.
Just sell the team.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's getting there, but Did you see? I don't know if this is fair or not, but I was looking through the schedule because I wanted to see the 6-1, who they played when they went going through 6-1. But they played the Giants, bye week Giants. I don't know what week it is, but week next week they play the Giants. Then they have week 14 as a bye, and then after that they play the Giants again.
I don't know. Somebody was drunk doing the scheduling.
I guess they whoever did scheduling was drunk. I don't know.
I mean, cool thing for the Commanders is that, I mean, basically you get to prepare for one team for 4 weeks straight or 3 weeks straight.
3 or 4 weeks straight. 3 weeks straight. Like, I don't know if that's fair. Like, was Goodell? What does Goodell drink? What do you think Goodell drinks? What do you think he's like a? I don't know. I think he's a whiskey guy, but I want to picture him drinking a fucking seltzer.
Yeah, no, he's definitely more weak sauce. So I would have to say, you know what? I just give me a vodka guy,
like a lemon drop martini.
Yeah, he's a vodka guy.
Cosmo.
Yeah,
fucking
Cosmo.
Bitch. Anyways, Heineke. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think Heineke's time's up.
Time's up.
He's fun. Time's up.
Time's up.
It's not going to be a great rest of the season for him. Yeah, sure, he's been winning. He's 5-1 this season. I get it. Whatever. He's done. His time's up.
He's a natural backup. What all backups, they have their expiration date.
Yep. As far as the Falcons go, the NFC's trash. So the fact that the Falcons are 4-7. They're still in it.
They're still in it.
It's wild. It is absolutely wild how bad the NFC South is.
Yeah.
Our team's in it.
Yeah. It's just statistically like everybody's still in it, but like no one deserves it.
Right. Exactly. We should all vote and just have nobody from the NFC South go.
No.
You got anything else in this game?
That's it.
All right. Let's very quickly go on through this game. Broncos versus the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the only reason I'm watching Broncos anymore is, did you see that guy? He posted how many bathrooms Russell Wilson has in his house.
Oh, yeah.
He has 12 bathrooms in his house and only 8 touchdowns.
Yep.
We got this countdown to see if Russell Wilson's going to have more bathrooms in it than touchdowns by the end of the year.
By the end of the year.
And that's the only thing I'm excited about when I go into Broncos games.
Yep.
That's it. Again, I want to just reiterate the NFC South is trash.
The NFC South is trash, but the Panthers are not out of the playoffs.
They're not.
They're not out of the playoff picture.
Fucking wild.
Yes.
Dude, did you see what's his face was yelling at Russell Wilson?
Oh, Mike Purcell.
Yeah, he got all up in Russell Wilson's face.
Yeah.
He's like,
they're not hiding the fact that they don't like him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even hiding that fact. I mean, when you only score 3 points up until at the 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Which took them like, what was it? A 15-play drive that took 7 minutes off the clock and like 4 possible touchdown plays that got called back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just bad offense.
Yep.
No other way to say it.
I agree. Yeah, that's all I got on this.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's get to the Ravens versus Jags. Wow.
Great game.
Wild result. Did not expect this.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence went 29 for 37, 321 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
He was slinging it.
This is one. Okay, actually, you know what? I want to go ahead and say this. Just throw this out there before we get started. The Jaguars are 1-0 when their mascot wears a Speedo.
Yep.
They're 1-0.
Yeah, but that doesn't unfaze Justin Tucker.
What do you mean?
Maybe it does a little bit.
I think he was distracted.
He was a little bit distracted.
Yeah, that's why he missed that 67-yard field goal.
It wasn't because it was 67 yards.
No. This is Justin Tucker we're talking about here.
Yeah.
This is Justin Tucker. Which, all right, we can go ahead and segue to that. The fact that we expect Justin Tucker to make a 67-yard field goal is just absolutely insane, and it's it's obviously a testament to how good he is, but it's a monstrosity. It's a 67-yard field goal, and you just automatically assume that he's supposed to hit it.
Yeah, I know. When I saw the trajectory of it, and
it was straight in.
It was like I was like, fuck it, he fucking did it again.
I mean, honestly, he probably could make it, because when he made the 66-yarder, he had an extra yard.
He had a little extra yard, yeah.
Imagine if we would have got a doink and then go in.
Gosh,
that would have been great.
Yeah.
But anyways, Doug Peterson grew some balls. He had Randy from South Park balls, and went for 2. That's big. That was popular this
big balls
today, because who else did it? Brandon Staley did
Brandon
it.
Staley. I will talk about the Brandon Staley a little bit later, but I think this was just big balls by Doug Peterson. I don't think this was actually a really great play, but it was executed well. I think if the defender actually just came over with a hand, it would have been deflected.
You think so?
I think so.
Gotcha.
Whereas Brandon Staley, I'll talk about a little bit later. I think he was a little bit more strategic.
Yeah. I tend to agree. If you look at the flow of the games, and this one was a lot more riskier than Brandon's.
Yes,
I agree. This was, again, back to Trevor Lawrence. This was his I'm here game. This is hey, I'm the starting quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and anytime anybody's going to question it from here on out this year, at least for the rest of this year, he's just gonna revert you back to this game.
Yeah,
He's just gonna be like, this is what I did to the Baltimore fucking Ravens. This is why I'm the fucking starting quarterback.
I think Doug Peterson is priming himself up for next year, because not that he's given up on this year, but he knows if he generates some momentum this year, and then they got Calvin Ridley coming in next year because they just traded for him. I think he's priming him up for a run next year.
Because imagine if he has Christian Kirk on one side, Calvin Ridley on the other, and then because ETM was good. He's been doing decent this year. He's had some times where he's looked really explosive.
Yes,
and their defense is decent. I like it. I like that theory. He's just priming them up.
He just needs to get them a couple good wins, keep them motivated, and get them looking forward to next season.
Mm-hmm. So you know how in NASCAR you got to warm the cars up, you got to swerve it. I mean, I'm not a NASCAR guy, so I don't really know, but I do know that you got to warm the cars up. You got to I don't know, they swerve, to warm the tires up.
Yep,
they got to rev up the engine and shit like that to get ready to race.
Yeah.
That's what Doug Peterson is doing with the Jacksonville Jaguars this year.
Yeah.
He's just revving them up real quick, getting the engine warm, getting the tires loose, getting everything in place, and then he's just going to fucking race.
Just going to race.
He's going to what's a good Jeff Gordon, the fucking NFL.
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen, the NFL next year.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do. Let's see. Deshaun Jackson's still in the league.
Yes, Deshaun Jackson.
And he did exactly what Deshaun Jackson does. A nice 60-yard bomb.
Just streak route.
Because he's still faster than everyone else at 35 years old.
Yeah.
It's wild. The Marvin Jones Jr. Touchdown catch.
That was pretty crazy.
I think that was a touchdown catch.
I mean, they called it a touchdown catch.
Right. Yeah, but people oh no. I'm sorry. I don't know if that was a touchdown catch or not.
That's kind of where I was alluding to.
Sorry. I mixed it up in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a touchdown catch.
I mean, because I
don't think it was.
I mean, because I've been taught all my life 2 feet. It's got to be 2 feet.
Yes.
And I know Red Zone explained it to me and everything, but I still only saw 1 foot.
Right. I only saw it was he got a foot and a shin down or something.
Yeah, apparently it was a foot and a shin.
See that again, like you said, all my life I've been taught 2 feet. So
2 feet.
It's hurting my brain to considering a shin as another foot.
Yeah. So in my brain that was a great college catch.
Yes.
Great college catch because college 1 foot.
Yep, I agree. So yeah, that one hurts my brain. Yeah, I think the costly fumble by Gus Edwards in the fourth, I think that it didn't cost him the game, but like it was
real momentum changer.
It was like the DeAndre Swift for the Detroit, like missing that touchdown pass. Like, yeah, sure, that wasn't the reason they lost. It wasn't like the last play or anything, but I think it influenced the game to the point where it was a good reason why they lost.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else?
We can move on.
All right, let's get through these couple of games. Let's do the Saints. Fuck it. Let's do the Saints. Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
I was about to ask, do we have to?
We can just go through this.
I'm just kidding.
We can do this quickly. The defense played it. The defense showed up. The defense fucking showed up. They played like a fucking NFC Championship type defense. We can't generate. This was the first time we got shut out in 300 and something games.
Yeah.
The first, like, that's insane. I didn't know that. We haven't been shut out since 2001.
Yep.
Fucking wild.
Yeah.
I love those stats. Oh, I got another stat. Hang on. Let me pull up. These are the crazy stats that you can just throw at me, and I'll believe you just because I will never go look it up.
You're not going to go look it up.
No, I'm not going to go look up our schedule from 2001 to 2022. Sorry. Not going to do it. This is another one. Tom Brady was 218-0, went up 7+ points in the last 2 minutes of regulation until the Bucs OT loss to the Browns. 218-0 went up. Not only would I have to go through all of his games, I would have to go and figure out which ones he was up 7+ in the last 2 minutes. That's too specific. I can't do that.
Like, who the fuck did that?
And then this is another. Yeah, exactly. And this is another one. Jacksonville was 0-183. So they were 0-183 all time when trailing by 7+ points in the final minute of regulation before today's win.
Goodness gracious!
Like, what? That's wild. I don't. Anyways, so yeah, you can throw those stats at me and I will believe you.
Yeah,
I'll believe you. I don't understand Dennis Allen's play calling.
Well, I think this is his saving grace. If he can keep good defensive performances like this, he can save himself from a first-year firing because everything's just kind of falling off the wheels right now.
Except for the Saints. Except for the defense.
But the defense. And that's the thing he can be like, hey, my defense is still playing good. I need a new offensive coordinator. And that's what he could hang his hat on of like, hey.
You think we'll get rid of Pete Carmichael?
Yeah, probably so because, I mean, this is like really the first year that he's been without, Sean Payton's supervision. So it's like, is he a really good offensive coordinator?
I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. So we got Tampa Bay, then our bye week, Atlanta, Cleveland, Philly, Carolina. I don't think so, but the fact that the NFC is such trash, we can actually, like, if we beat Tampa, which we could definitely beat Tampa, beat Atlanta, beat Cleveland, probably lose to Philly, and beat Carolina, we could probably be in the playoffs. As fucking wild as that sounds.
That's wild.
We need Jameis, though. Bring Jameis back.
Yep, bring Jameis back.
Good job, San Fran. Defense played very out of their mind. Their defense is awesome. Mm-hmm. They're going to be a scary team. They're going to be like the Titans and Bengals. They're like one of those teams that like you don't want to see them in the playoffs.
No,
like you're probably gonna whoever's playing them is probably gonna win, but there's always gonna be that lingering like they could definitely it's gonna be a tough out and they could definitely pull the upset.
Mm-hmm.
So. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Nope.
All right, cool. Next game, Chargers versus Cardinals. Great game. Another great game.
Another fantastic game.
Kyler played. Justin Herbert played out of his mind. He was awesome. Dude, I think Justin Herbert is one of the best at throwing on the run and throwing across his body at the same time.
Well, Patrick Mahomes might say something a little bit on that, but
he's one of the best.
One of the best.
He's one of the best because
one of the best white quarterbacks.
White quarterbacks to run out and throw across his body. Okay,
yes.
All right, we got to really narrow it down.
Yes.
I mean, that's what the stat people are doing.
Of course.
You narrow it down so much. Like 0-183 when losing by 7+ points in the last minute of regulation. Like that's so specific.
Yep.
But the fact that
But some nerd is flexing right now hard on
flexing
us.
so hard.
Yeah.
It's the nerds. It's the nerds time. It's the revenge of the nerds. Like,
Revenge of the nerds.
They're like, oh, we are infiltrating your sports, all of your sports, and we're taking over.
Yeah.
Like you listen to us now. Look at me. I am the captain now.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a good game all around. Going for too late. Again, I think like you said earlier, I think that was more of a strategic thing rather than a ballsy thing.
Well, because the thing is Brandon Staley had something planned up. He had his 2-point plan like ready to go.
Yeah.
And it was more strategic than just like, hey, throwing it to the flat, just make the catch better than the other and hope the defender doesn't get you.
Right.
But this one they had, what was it, 2 guys going into the middle, one followed right after the other, and Garrett Everett was the one that was following the other guy and just was wide open. They all bid on that first guy.
Yeah. Kyler Murray still he makes every time he runs out of the pocket, he just makes me chuckle. He just looks like a little kid.
Oh, absolutely.
Little kid running. I chuckle. It's fun. It makes watching the Cardinals entertaining because Cliff Kingsbury, his seat's getting warm.
Yeah.
His seats. I mean, it was already getting warm. I think the temperature's heating up a little bit more.
Well, I think this comes back to the discussion that I brought back a couple of weeks ago. It's like, I mean, what do you just paid your quarterback? So, like, I mean, I mean, there's really no way out except for the head coach now.
Yep. And here's the thing, like we rag on Kyler. He hasn't been playing terribly, and DeAndre Hopkins is still like just a fucking monster. James
Absolutely.
Conner had a great game. Like they got pieces in place, and they have a decent overall team. I think just something. It's got to be the head coach. That's like all I can think of now. I don't know how their defense is, but.
Well, I will say this. I think Isaiah Simmons doesn't get enough like clout. He is an absolute monster.
Yeah.
He is an absolute monster. And I don't know if he's even utilized as much as he should be or as well as he should be because that man is a beast.
Yeah, he is. You got anything else in this game?
Big balls, Brandon. Yeah, no, I think that was about it.
Big balls, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon Staley.
If people could see our notes, it'd be like, how do you talk with these notes?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just, I have NFC South is trash on like on all 4 of those games. That's all I got.
Yeah, trash.
Trash. Holy Josh Jacobs.
Holy Josh Jacobs. Well, that goes into our next game.
That's a good nice segue. Raiders versus Seahawks. Awesome.
Yeah.
Holy fucking Josh Jacobs, man. This like. The fucking Raiders, it's wild because you got like 3 guys that are holding that entire team together. You got Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, and Max Crosby.
Yes.
And it's those 3 guys that are just the glue that is just sticking that entire team into it's like they're the whole reason. Those 3 are the whole reason the Raiders won today.
Yeah.
Or Sunday.
Yep.
Like it's just. It's insane. There was a pick party in the first half. There was like 3 interceptions.
I was about to say, this was just
crazy.
like an entertaining game because it was like one of the most entertaining games of the weekend because there was 4 turnovers and there was 74 points. So there was like a lot of offense, but also good defense too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird. It was a weirdly good defensive game with that many points.
Yeah,
like he slammed the over. I would not have picked the over in this game at all. I don't know if you did. I don't know what you would have done, but.
Yeah, that would have been tough. But Seahawks actually have been scoring quite a bit of points.
That's true.
I would have just been concerned about the Raiders. But, yeah, I think Raiders had to play keep up on this one.
Mm-hmm. That run in OT from Josh Jacobs was electric.
They call it a walk-off touchdown, but I don't know. That's more fitting for baseball because you actually are walking around the bases.
Yeah.
I mean, runoff.
Let's see.
A Forrest Gump touchdown?
Forrest Gump runoff. Yeah. Well, they gumped it.
They gumped it?
Yeah. They gumped it. Yeah, it's... The Seahawks are making... Let's put it this way. They're making do with what they have, and they're doing a pretty damn good job of it.
They're another team like the Jets that have young talent.
Yeah. They're kind of a quarterback away because Kenneth Walker is awesome.
Yes.
Lockett's awesome. DK is awesome. Like
Tyreek Woolen is awesome.
Yep. That's another team that's just the young talent, a quarterback away, and I hope Pete Carroll doesn't try and roll with Geno Smith because
they've been talking about it.
I know he's playing. He's got a case. He's got a case. Like I think he's ran out of time too. He's a backup. He like we said, he's ran out of time. Except he just did a really, really good job with the time that he had.
Yeah,
so now he's being extra considered.
Yeah,
and he still isn't playing poorly. Like
I was about to say he's still doing pretty good points.
Yeah, he's still putting up pretty good numbers. What did he have? He had 27 of 37, 328 yards, 2 tutties, and an interception.
It's not bad stats.
No, not at all. It's hard to compete with Josh Jacobs putting up 229 yards and 2 tutties. Mm-hmm. That's 229 rushing yards. He had 6 catches for 74 receiving yards.
Yep.
All over the place. He won me one of my fantasy leagues. So thank you, Josh Jacobs. Fruit baskets in the
he definitely won a lot of people fantasy games.
Yeah.
But I think we got to talk about the 12th man for Seattle, the actual 12th man for Seattle.
Actual 12th man for Seattle. That was funny.
Yeah, on that interception play, that one of the guys from the sideline celebrated a little too early, and then actually became a part of the play. Actually started blocking.
Yep. That was one of those you get so excited, like the Titans guy that just got too excited and jumped over the center.
Oh, yep.
He gets so freaking excited, man. And like I get it. Like I've don't worry. I've been a kid on Christmas, man. I've ran to my presents and tripped over things that I had no idea were there because I wasn't paying attention. I'd made a beeline. You get tunnel vision. Yep. So I get it. I understand that. But yeah, that was pretty comical.
Yeah,
I loved it. You got anything else on this?
That's about it.
All right, let's get to the Rams Chiefs. Here's the thing. I don't really want to talk too much about this because this is kind of exactly how I thought this game would go. I definitely had this one circled at the beginning of the year. I was like, this is going to be an awesome game.
It was the winners of the past 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
The Rams and the Chiefs.
So it was a disappointment. But did you see McVay got popped?
Yeah, I got popped.
Like he got hit hard. I think he was being a little dramatic when he was like, "Oh, I don't think my jaw's broken," but he got hit. Mm-hmm. That's a big dude. It just seemed like Mahomes had all day to throw the ball today.
Mahomes was playing backyard football.
Yeah, that's true. It was like 7-on-7s. You can't tackle the quarterback.
And he was like being fair to everybody. He wanted to throw it to everybody. He threw it to 10 different receivers.
Yep. He really did. This was just I'm gonna have fun day for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, this was the Thanksgiving one, the Thanksgiving family game where one family came out to play and the other ones were really still hungover.
Yeah,
the Rams have their Super Bowl hangover, and they were not in it.
It was like that scene in Wedding Crashers when Bradley Cooper is like taking the game way too seriously and Vince Vaughn's just getting pummeled.
Yes, exactly.
That's basically it sums up this game today.
Yeah.
This game. Last thing I got is Chiefs signed Melvin Gordon, so that'll be
of course they did.
Nice little asset for them.
Yeah, of course they did.
I mean, you knew that was coming. Pacheco's, he's playing decent. He's fast still, but Melvin Gordon will be that nice third down back.
Well, Andy Reid just sees anybody in the in free agency and is like, "Ooh, that looks cool. That's a cool toy."
Right? Yeah.
They're
Mahomes,
all like Mahomes. You want to play with this?
Yeah, exactly. They're all like different pies. So you got like all these free agents are just like different pies on Thanksgiving where you just like, ooh, I'm gonna take a little bit of that. I want that. I want this. I want that. And they're all like, to him, they're all really good. They're just different flavors. You got blueberry pie, apple pie, cherry pie. You got pecan pie, pumpkin pie.
Very fitting for Andy Reid.
Oh yeah, dude, that man.
Very fitting for analogy.
He loves pie.
Oh, absolutely.
He probably grabs an entire one and just kind of like starts eating on it.
Yeah.
He might not eat the whole thing in one sitting. He might put it away for a little bit.
Well, he has to try the other ones.
Right. That's true. But yeah, he puts it away. He comes back to it, finishes it off, then goes to the next pie. Mm-hmm. I wonder what his do you think he fills up an entire plate of just all Thanksgiving meal or Thanksgiving food and then eats 3 of them?
Yeah, probably.
Or do you think he puts it all on a sandwich? I think he puts it all in between 2 pieces of bread, even on Thanksgiving.
I don't know, but I think it's pure enjoyment for him. Like this, he's just very, very happy.
He just
happy
lathers it with gravy.
Yes.
All over.
Yeah. I can see him, Andy Reid, and Mike Leach being very, very similar in their eating habits.
Yeah. Oh, I have a nice quote from Mike Leach. Where is it? I had it. Dude, he's a funny guy. He's like, there's nothing balanced. There's nothing balanced about 50% run and 50% pass. That's 50% stupid. What is balanced is if you have 5 skill positions and all 5 are contributing to the offensive effort in a somewhat equal fashion. That was Mike Leach on offensive balance. It's 50% stupid. So I guess it's only half stupid.
It's only half stupid.
I don't know. Anyways, you got anything else on the Rams, Chiefs?
That's about it.
I'm kind of hungry now. Packers-Eagles. Packers-Eagles. I know Rodgers said he wants to come back, but, bro, I think he kind of saw how Jordan Love played and was like, I'm not letting him get any experience.
Not getting any experience.
I think they should sit Aaron Rodgers. Just let him heal. Because he's had a broken thumb. He's got rib injury. Fucking just chill out, man. You're 38 years old. You need time to heal.
Yeah.
I think he wants to come back so Jordan Love doesn't get any reps.
Well, I mean, because let's put it this way. I've never been too high on Jordan Love because of his play so far, but he showed some progression.
He didn't look bad.
He didn't look bad
at all. That was the highest scoring first half of the season. It was entertaining as fuck. They had 47 points in the first half between both teams. I really wanted the Packers to win, because my whole Eagles are fraud narrative is kind of tanking. Mm-hmm. It's really not looking great. I'm still gonna. I'm riding the ship to this is the Titanic, and I'm going down.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help whenever Hurts and Sanders combine for 300 yards rushing.
Yeah, but Miles Sanders had an uncharacteristically great game. He was awesome, and it's funny because you see all these fantasy owners crying because they have Sanders with 31 points on their bench.
On their bench, yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, you gotta eat. You gotta eat that. Unless you had to play Sanders, you just have to eat it.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe some poor soul got. Actually, I don't think any poor souls got lucky because nobody had buys.
Nobody had buys.
So everybody had them on their bench.
Yeah. Unless you had a bunch of IR players in a herd.
True.
That's the circumstance I was thinking of.
So they had Joe Mixon, and so they couldn't pick up some IJP runs, so they had to start Miles Sanders. Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. Okay, so there was a Jalen Hurts run. It was for 35 yards or something. I don't know if you remember this.
I think so.
And the safety was coming down, and he pulled up. He didn't actually pursue him. And it's really starting to fucking piss me off because Jalen Hurts just runs around like nothing, everything's fine, and he doesn't get popped. And he doesn't so he'll just keep running, and safeties will keep, they won't hit him.
Well, that's the result of the baby and the quarterback. Here's
the thing. I have a theory on how we can fix this as a defense. You're gonna have to get somebody, and it's gonna sound like a bounty hunt. A bounty. This is gonna sound like a Greg Williams thing.
Okay.
But you get somebody to legally pop him really hard.
Really hard.
I'm talking smoke him.
Yeah.
It's a good hit, and it's going to be called roughing the passer because it's going to be a little late.
Yeah.
But you pop them really good early on. Early on in the game, you take that foul. It's early on in the game, so you're fine. You can make it up. Then his bell is rung. He's not gonna run straight into contact like he maybe would have. Or if he does, you pop him again. So now he's got his bell rung twice. Sure, you had to eat the penalties, but now he's going to think twice about running. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? because that's just that when that safety pulled up, it pissed me off so fucking much.
Yeah.
Like it was just a culmination of the whole Eagles doing really well, and I wanted Jalen Hurts to get hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that's my solution. Pop him hard.
Pop him.
Give him something to think about next time he runs.
These kids haven't gotten a good popping, yet.
Yeah. He'll be Mary Poppins. Anyways, I don't really have much on this game. It was a good game.
It was a good game.
I was pissed off about it.
I mean, the score it was a little bit. It got a little closer towards the end because it was like 23-37 at a certain point.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's still a good game.
Yep, I liked it. Or I didn't like it. I'm sorry. Yeah, Christian Watson's fast as fuck. That's what I got from that game. Mm-hmm. Christian Watson's fast as fuck. Anything else?
That's about it.
All right, let's get to probably one of the worst first quarters I've ever seen in my life. The Steelers versus the Colts. Joe, the Colts had 0 yards. I'm talking 0.
0 yards.
All, like, just total yards with, like, 1 minute into the second quarter.
Yeah.
0 yards. They had none. It was a really bad first half.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a turnaround so crazy, like that, like from the first to the second half.
Well, a good kick return is going to do it.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, the big thing is the timeouts at the end by Jeff Saturday. Mm-hmm. He not using the timeouts at the end, and I'll just get right to it. I don't know what was going on because, like, we were like, I mean, obviously, we can coach from the couch easily, and you're not in the game, but like that was just like they ran off 30 seconds. They had like a minute, and they ran off 30 seconds.
I think it was like a minute and a half with the two combined plays.
Right. Yeah. So like
the minute and a half that they winded down to like 30
right.
seconds.
So they burned about a minute in 2 plays.
Yeah.
I get it. Jeff Saturday is a first year coach, or he just started coaching 2 weeks ago. But like you gotta your offensive coordinators gotta be like, hey, let's conserve some time, because that's an obvious timeout.
Yeah, it is, and I think because you also have to kind of regroup in a sense. But their strategy was, which they had kind of displayed at parts of this game, was that they were trying to do the hurry up to get the defense off balance, mm-hmm. and that's it can work in college, but the hurry up offense shows unless it's like the 2 minute, under 2 minutes, It shows on a consistent basis. It doesn't really work much in the NFL. Right. And if you notice, like they did a run play and it was just absolutely stuffed on that play.
Yeah.
That if you're going to do something like that, you really needed to have a timeout, get your offensive line, who's the tired out point, but needs to be the strength on a run play.
Yep.
So,
I agree. Here's my I think Jeff Saturday just probably thought that the timeouts roll over. Like he gets those timeouts next game.
Yeah.
That's the only explanation I got. I think he just thinks that they're like you remember the old rollover minutes? Mm-hmm. With the the cell phone plans that have the rollover minutes. I think he just thought they rolled over into the next game. Like he'll have like 4 or 5 timeouts in the first half of next game.
Or maybe he was incorporating Madden into NFL. Because, like, Madden, if you play a Madden, like, 30 seconds with 3 timeouts is like eternity.
Eternity.
It's absolutely eternity.
Okay.
I could throw so many plays around. But when you don't take into account, like, your players being tired, what type of play call you do, and stuff like that affects different things. So, yeah, he thought it was Madden. It wasn't Madden.
That's true. He retired and then he started playing Madden a little bit. So he just knew. He thought why isn't he hit A? And he's like, why isn't it going? Why isn't it going? What's happening? So
yep.
Okay, that's a good theory. I like that theory too. Pickett to Pickens will be fun.
It's Facebook official.
It is.
It's Facebook official. They are together. They are a couple.
Yep. I love it. They're such a sexy couple.
Yes.
It's awesome.
I mean, they even have like the same last name almost.
Yeah, they really do. It's very close. They have the first five letters in their last name are both the exact same.
Yes.
Yeah. Very sexy, very fun. It's that couple that you want to root for,
yes.
even though you might not be like related to anybody, or like you might not like who they represent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know it's like Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Yeah.
You know, they're a very cute couple. They're likable,
up and coming.
You want them to be successful. You want their relationship to last.
Yeah.
Like the only people that don't want this relationship to last are Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Baltimore Ravens. And the only people that don't want that relationship to last is Tom Holland's ex-girlfriends and Zendaya's ex-boyfriends.
Yes.
So that's essentially what it is. But yeah, it's gonna be so much fucking fun. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, you got anything else?
That's about it.
All right, let's do some college football. And
so we had rivalry week.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about football. I am only doing this because I feel obligated. I haven't turned on SportsCenter or SEC Network or anything. I've literally only been watching soccer this entire week. I did not want to see anything college football related. Fuck Jimbo Fisher. Fuck Texas A&M. Fuck that whole fucking clique of a college. I hope they give each other fucking AIDS. Because you suck, okay? That was the definition of a fucking trap game, okay? That's all that was. If you look up the definition, the fucking nerd Webster will tell you that November 26, 2022, LSU versus Texas A&M is the goddamn definition of a trap game, okay? That's all that was, Texas A&M. You still suck.
Yeah,
you
they
still suck. You still they're not even going to make a bowl game. They're not going to make a fucking bowl game. You fucking blow. There's nothing good about your goddamn university at all. Just a bunch of fucking they just bang each other.
That felt good.
Yeah, I needed it.
Yeah, I know, and I hate that we're the reason that Jimbo Fisher is definitely staying on another year.
Here's the thing, I'm okay with it. He's created. Actually, that's the only silver lining in this entire fucking situation is that Jimbo Fisher's going to stay at Texas.
He's going to stay at Texas A&M,
and I'm good. I'm okay with that. It's already a dumpster fire of a fucking program. It's only going to get worse next year.
Yeah, so I had to. I had to kind of step back, take everything in perspective, but,
I'm not good at that.
Yeah. No, looking back at the end of the year, I mean, 9-3, going to the SEC championship, still has to be a nice tip of the hat for, Brian Kelly in his first year with a makeup roster.
Joe, I could taste the fucking playoffs.
I know.
I could taste it.
I know.
It was right there.
I know.
And it's just, that feeling you get when you leave the casino down a lot of money? Mm-hmm. That sunken feeling in your gut?
Yep.
That's what I felt.
And you were so close to the jackpot.
Yes. That's what I've been feeling since Saturday. It's not fun. It's not good.
Yep.
Like, it was one of those fucking games where you just like, I had a bad feeling about it going in because I was like, this is a trap game. This is a fucking trap game. It was terrible.
Yep.
Anyways, all right. Do you want to be miserable anymore, or do you want to move on?
Well, let's move on because we did have rivalry week, which is a fantastic time in college football. It's so much tradition.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, especially anytime you could like nickname anything. It's just like. It makes it that much better.
Exactly, and it was appropriate because it kicked off Christmas season.
Yes.
Now we're Christmas season is in full swing.
Yep.
What game do you want to start with?
Well, we could start off with. I guess we'll just go down my list real quick. Notre Dame, number 15, Notre Dame versus USC, 27-38. Yep, that brought USC a little bit closer into the college football playoffs.
Well, they're number 4 right now.
They're number 4. Yep, they still have to win the Pac-12, which we'll do a little preview of the conference championships here in a second. And then next is we've got the first name game, which is the Iron Bowl, which is Alabama versus Auburn.
That was kind of expected.
It was.
It's tough. Cadillac Williams, he had a good run. Now prostitution is about to be legal in Alabama.
Yep.
The state of Alabama is legalizing prostitution. Hugh Freeze is bringing his pimp squad to Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Pimp squad, no Auburn, done deal. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I love it. I can't wait.
I think it's good for the SEC.
Oh, I think so.
I mean,
too. He was a good coach.
He beat Nick Saban twice.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
love it.
So,
that was when he had Chad Kelly, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he had Chad Kelly one year, and
Miss.
then he had Bo Wallace the other.
Yep. That was good times. Good. Anytime Nick Saban loses is a good time.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's pretty much how I thought it was going to go.
Yeah. Next, we have number 9 Washington and versus Washington State, which is called the Apple Cup game.
Apple Cup?
Yep.
I wanted Washington State to win, but actually Washington's pretty good.
Yeah, they're number 9. They've kind of crept into the top 10 a little bit. The 51-33, they beat Washington.
Low-key creeping in the top 10.
Yeah. Because there's really not much that I could really say. There was not really any standouts at Washington that you know of.
No.
Who's
the coach? I think that might be the reason, right?
Yeah, and that's a good question because I forgot who the coach was because I know Chris Peterson was there for quite some time.
Right.
But I think Chris Peterson's done.
I think so too.
So,
anyways,
then next game we had another rivalry: Kansas versus Kansas State. Kansas State pulled off a victory over Kansas. Kansas kept it a little close, but Kansas State is heading to the Big 12 championship.
Yep. They're playing. Who the fuck are they playing?
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. And then, let's see. South Carolina versus Clemson.
Let's go.
The Palmetto Bowl.
Let's go.
So, yeah, South Carolina broke a 7-game losing streak to Clemson, and knocked them out of the playoff contention.
Yep. Well,
which they didn't deserve to be in.
No, Clemson shouldn't have been in contention.
No.
They might be the softest team in the league.
Yes.
Dabo Swinney, bro, you got to keep it going if you want to get that Alabama coaching job when Nick Saban's done.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be doing all that. What's his face had the Rattler had the stogie in the locker room after the game.
He did.
Joe Burrow's starting a fucking trend.
Yep.
Love it. Dude, that whole team started a bunch of trends. The Gritty, Smoking Joe.
Yep.
Just fucking awesome.
Legendary.
This is the best team of all, the best college team of all time.
All time.
Anyways, what you got next?
Florida State. Florida State pulled off or beat them. It wasn't technically an upset, but 45-38.
Yeah.
Then we got the Egg Bowl, which I love the name of the Egg Bowl because it's so fitting for this game. It's basically as messy as you getting an egg splatted on you.
Yes, that is true. It is, and it's one of my favorite ones because there's not too many teams that hate each other more than Mississippi State hates Ole Miss. You got your Ohio State, Michigan. You have your Alabama, Auburn. And then I think right below that is Mississippi State, Ole Miss. It just gets overlooked because they're usually not
they're not really great.
They're not really your traditional powerhouses. But good Lord, they fucking hate each other. There was trash thrown on the field.
These games are slugfest.
Yeah. And it's awesome. It's one of the reasons I love the SEC so much.
There's even a dog pissing on there celebration.
Yeah, the dog piss celebration. It's incredible.
Yes,
it's awesome.
Yes,
I love every second of it. Like you said, Smash Mouth football. And the greatest thing is Ole Miss could be number 1, and Mississippi State could be like 3-7. And the stats go out the window.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. That's the beauty of rivalry week.
Yep. So yeah, if there's one game that if you haven't seen this rivalry before, I definitely would advise watching this either next year or if you can watch a rerun of this game, that would be awesome.
It's low key one of the best.
Yeah. Then we got another cool name, the Civil War, which is Oregon versus Oregon State. I think that's a cool one, which Oregon State actually pulled up. Technically upset. Oregon was Yeah, they pulled up the
Yeah,
upset.
that was an upset for sure.
I forgot I have the current rankings on here right now.
Oh, gotcha. It was number 21 versus number 9.
Yep. So 38-34. A fan got punched.
Ooh.
Almost reminiscent of LeGarrette Blount punching another Oregon player, punching a player.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, those are good.
But yeah, that was a little controversy on that because the fans were rushing the field, and they were chirping at the players and stuff like that, and so it's like, does the player have to hold the line, or is it the fan who's not really supposed to be on the field, is he crossing the line?
Here's the thing. I think that is like international waters.
That's international waters.
That's international waters. Like, whatever happens there happens. You got to expect it. And, like, if it happens to you, like, if you happen to get hit in the face chirping at a player, that's it.
Don't go chirping at a guy that's 3 times your size.
And pissed off.
Yeah, and pissed off.
Like, you're asking for it.
Yeah, like, he's not going to hit you if you're going to celebrate with everybody else in your team. But if you're chirping at a player that's emotionally,
He's distraught.
Distraught, yes.
And, yeah. And, again, you're not supposed to be on the field.
Yes.
So, that's international waters. In my eyes, when you rush the field, it's game on.
I like that take.
Game on. What else you got?
Then this is the last one, which is dubbed the game. Ohio State versus Michigan. One of the bigger surprises of this weekend.
Fucking real, dude. Ryan Day, like, I'm not going to say he's on the hot seat, but he's kind of on the hot seat.
I mean,
like, you've lost to Michigan 2 years in a row.
Yeah, you
can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't do that and keep your job at Ohio State.
No.
Like, he'll be the head coach next year, but like, thin ice is an understatement.
Especially whenever you did everything that this offseason to win this game, and you didn't. But
how about Jim fucking Harbaugh?
I was about to say, how about Jim Harbaugh?
How about our boy Jim fucking Harbaugh? Weirdo, but man, it's all football. That's a football guy through and through.
He's a football guy through and through, and heck, you gotta tip the hat. I mean, he's got himself a good team right now.
Didn't he do it without Corum?
Yeah.
I think Corum played a little bit,
but not much.
But no, he had Corum had 2 rushes for 6 yards. That was Donovan Edwards, dude. 22 rushes for 216 yards and 2 tutties. Holy shit.
Yeah.
McCarthy had him. JJ McCarthy had a game. The stats don't show it, but he came in clutch. He had those 3 touchdowns. It was only 12 of 24 for 263, but he also
had some rushing yards, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he had 6 rushes for 27 yards and a tutty.
And there were some key plays that he did
I think that's more of what I'm talking about. Like, he had just key fucking plays where he came in so fucking clutch.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is like, it's Alabama, Auburn, and Ohio State, Michigan. Those are the top 2 rivalries, I think, in the nation, and I think those are also the top 2 teams that hate each other the most.
Yeah. Yep.
They can't stand each other.
Yeah.
But that's why I love it. That's
why you love Ohio State fans won't even recognize Michigan by their name. They'll actually just say the team up north.
Yeah, and they also during rivalry week, they X out all of the M's on all the billboards and all the signs.
Makes no fucking sense, but hey, that's rivalry week.
That's rivalry week, baby. That's the beauty of it. It's amazing. It makes no fucking sense, but we love it anyways.
We love it.
Anyways, you got anything else?
Let's go through just a preview of the conference championships real quick.
All right, I like that.
Just real quick. I know we're running close on time, but Pac-12, we've got Utah, number 12 Utah versus number 4 USC.
USC's not going to lose this game.
I know he's not going to lose, but I would like to see them lose.
Oh, I'd love to. I love chaos.
Yes.
And I hate USC. So.
Love some chaos. ACC is going to be number 10 Clemson versus number 24 UNC, North Carolina.
I could see UNC pulling an upset here.
Dude, Mac Brown,
baby.
Mac Brown.
I can see UNC pulling an upset. Their team's actually really decent. They're actually really good. And Clemson's playing soft.
Yeah. Big Ten, Purdue versus number 2 Michigan.
Michigan's not losing that game.
Somehow Purdue got in there, but
that's wild.
I honestly really, Big Ten really needs to do themselves some. Well, they can keep the Michigan and Ohio State in the same division because that kind of actually helps them maybe get 2 teams in the playoffs.
I like them being in the same division.
Yeah. Big 12, Kansas State, like we alluded to earlier, number 13, playing TCU, number 3.
I could see this going either way.
Yeah. Little Klein, I forgot what the coach's name is from Kansas State. He's a good coach.
In Baylor almost beat TCU. So like that, I think Kansas State could do it.
I think so. And then the SEC, number 11 LSU versus number 1 Georgia.
Fuck that, dude.
I think LSU is going to get up for the game.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I'm gonna. Here's the thing. This whole week, I'm gonna convince myself of how LSU can win this game, and come Saturday, I will be completely convinced that LSU will win this game because I do this to my brain every fucking time. Mm-hmm. So with the Saints and LSU, right now. So while I have a level head, like I don't see how we're gonna be able to beat Georgia. Like I'm trying to look. Jaden Daniels is gonna have to have the game of his life.
Yep.
And that's how I think that's where I'm starting to go right now. Like I think Brian Kelly's gonna get him hyped up. He'll have a good game plan. We're just gonna have to execute it.
You're gonna have to execute
and
it.
And then I'm gonna convince myself of how we're gonna execute it, and it'll be just I'll be up for it.
We'll have to see.
All right. Anything else?
That's about it.
All right. We'll see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Later.